We welcome our eminent presenter, Mr. Dhiraj Wadhwa, Director Commercial Applied and Overseas Business Career India. Mr. Dhiraj Wadhwa works for Career Corporation. Having joined Career in 2005, he has managed various responsibilities over the long tenure, which includes leading, growing, and consolidating HVAC businesses for India region. A mechanical engineer by qualification with a postgraduate diploma in business management, he carries an industry experience of over 20 years in the HVAC segment. He is currently responsible for the commercial applied business in India region and overseas business with engaging and collaborating with HVAC fraternity, nodal agencies and stakeholders to encourage and promote energy efficient built environment.
Greetings from Carrier. I thank you, the Rail Analysis team, for inviting us for such a wonderful opportunity wherein I am allowed to speak about the global technology developments and try and see that how do we link it up to the applications, what we have with Indian Railways and other infrastructure, what we are seeing as a developmental opportunity. The Indian Railways, what I see through the media, has been going through some transformational changes, particularly when we look at the current year budget. The government has allocated more than almost 100,000 crores for this year railway budget, of which more than 99% is allocated on capital investments. So that surely certainly gives us an opportunity to look at what new technologies we have to support. And of course, we do have other opportunities linking them to the metro rail developments, what we are seeing, the station redevelopment, what we are observing. So certainly it helps us to look at the complete transformation in technology and try and see how railways can use these new technologies in their infrastructure development and of course the existing assets, what they have across the country to enhance their performance and just see that how well can they serve their customers. So with this, I will straight away get into what I have to talk about. To touch upon how do we see the world today, some of the mega trends what we are observing is the complete mobility towards the urban world. There's the large set of people who are moving towards the urban land, what we call as urbanization. So more than 1 billion people are expected to move into cities in next 10 years time. So that also probably gives us an edge and understanding that the purchasing power of these people will go up. And of course, their expectations from the creators of the new world and the technology will be how well they can serve their expectations and needs. And along with that, what comes is what we see is a pressure on the existing infrastructure and assets. How do we modernize them? How do we equip them with the latest technology trends? And enhanced focus, what we see is now on safety and security of our masses. Pandemic also has shown us the new way of doing business. Of course, a lot of digitalization, which I call has probably gone much beyond the speed at which it was expected to go, and particularly because of this pandemic. Another area which we see, particularly in India, if I talk about, is focus on the more efficient equipments and of course the concern around the environment. Why do I say so? A lot of standards and labeling programs being governed by the institutions through the government, particularly when we look at Bureau of Energy Efficiency Services Limited, they're coming out with a lot of standards towards the products and the services. And that helps and enables the manufacturers to develop some good, highly efficient and reliable products. Concern towards the environment, of course, we are all looking towards how we can contribute towards refrigerants which are low on global warming potential and at the same time zero ozone depleting potential. These are some of the concerns which we are seeing towards which all the manufacturers and even the users and the applications are now being designed with. Regulatory changes is one of the important area which government is certainly helping us with, so that the products and the services which reach out to our masses are all regulated and the right things what they expect reach them. So this also now moving and looking at how India is moving towards urbanization. What we see today in India, about 31% of India lives in cities. Now this number is going to go up to 40% in next 10 years. As I said earlier, this puts a lot of pressure on creators of the new world. Now, 80% of this 2030s urban India, what we say today, is yet to be built. That doesn't mean that new construction. I include the modernization piece also in this when I call urban India. So that's the kind of environment and the infrastructure which we all collectively now have to build. And that puts a lot of responsibility on each one of us. How do we see the energy distribution when we look at the new construction or the old construction? And if we look at doing some assessments, doing some audits, the way the building is designed, the energy consumption inside a building, if you look towards the right hand side of the slide, almost 40% of the energy is consumed by the air conditioning system, which I particularly wish to talk about and how we can help improve these efficiencies and performance of the equipment and the systems all put together. So this is one of the important pieces which helps us to focus more on the air conditioning side within the efficiency or the energy Pareto, the way we call it. Another trend what we observe is all the constructions which are happening, whether it is with respect to new buildings, the infrastructure, the commercial developments, the residential developments, everybody today is looking at converging trends of technology. Can I look at all my services from one single point is what the expectation is now today. How can we look at both efficiency and monitoring of all these services, and thus building not only an efficient system, but also a productive system is what we call it. What also are we observing as a trend is, if you look at the left hand side of this slide, what we observe is that over a period of time in last so many years, individually the systems which go into any construction, the lighting systems, the glazing systems, or for that matter, even the air conditioning equipment as systems, every equipment has shown an improvement on the efficiency side. But when we look at buildings, the efficiency of the building per se probably has stayed at one point. So collectively, there's an opportunity for us to look at how we can improve this efficiency collectively with all this improvement in technology and improve the efficiency of the building as a whole. And that will be what I call as a collective success. Just to touch upon my point, if you look at the right hand side, some of the large air conditioning systems, which I wanted to talk more from the efficiency perspective, it clearly shows today's world, the efficiency level has gone up by close to 30-35% on equipment level. This is just to touch upon these two products which I am highlighting here. That's the only point I want to bring forward. So this helps us in understanding the point better, that if equipments are there to help us and support us design better buildings, why should we not look at technology which helps us in achieving what we wish to achieve? What are the challenges? What stops us from having a building which is as efficient or more efficient than individual products which go into the building? When we design air conditioning systems, then we clearly see an opportunity that the buildings are not operating at full loads at which they are designed at all points of time. Also, what we see is the building load, because of the internal factors also is changing. The population inside the building, the occupancy inside the building, the weather conditions outside, or even what the building, what they are originally designed for with certain assumptions, are they really operating at those points? The fact is, no, they're not operating on those points. So this clearly gives us an opportunity to see that how can we have buildings respond, or the equipments inside the building respond to these dynamic conditions to operate at the most efficient level at all points of time. That's where, as an organization, not just we as Carrier, but you will find in the global world that technology has evolved. You have got systems today with artificial intelligence, which works on algorithms. And what you see on the top left-hand side of this chart is a plant system manager. Now, these are the IoT-based systems which work on artificial intelligence and collating data as they operate. They can be interconnected with the infrastructure of air conditioning system inside any construction, new or existing, and thus make all the equipments of an air conditioning system talk to each other. When they talk to each other, at any given point of time, whatever the internal or the outdoor conditions are, all these equipments are performing at their best efficiency levels, thus deriving the best efficiency for the building as a whole. And that's what the achievement is. And when I say that, this is a system which can be put in any new construction, any new design, or in the existing infrastructure and buildings as well. What it gives to a customer or the owner of the asset is you get energy savings throughout the operations at an optimized level. You are able to monitor a lot of data and operations and key performance indicators of a system 24 by 7, and you can monitor them remotely as well. So this helps you in designing a system which is a very high speed communication system. When I say high speed communication, you keep getting data. I mean, system keep throwing data at us. Now it is up to us as human beings to interpret that data and use that data to our benefits and advantage. Why I say that and how I say that, I will speak about it in subsequent slide. But what is important to see is some proof of concept which is visible on this slide, some success cases, where one can clearly see the benefit of installing these systems in existing buildings has given results with improvement in efficiency as high as 35 to 40%. Overall, what work we as an organization have been able to do has helped customers save close to 30 million kilowatt hours across segments. And another piece of recognition which validates our point is even the government of India, the Bureau of Energy Efficiency, recognized one of these projects when they gave an award to one of the existing installations with the Taj Palace Hotel, which was an award given for savings of over 9 million units in a span of just 9 months, a payback period of close to less than 6 months. So that kind of transformational work can happen in case we look at such a kind of intervention in the existing buildings as well. Now, this is just a snapshot of how the dashboard can look like and what all data you can extract out of this system. This actually, what I was referring to is a dynamic system. It keeps on changing, throwing a lot of data, and how an individual and how an expert of air conditioning system can derive various inputs and signals through this data, which helps them in what many ways and how many ways. And this slide clearly speaks about the benefits besides getting the energy efficiencies, what we can extract out of the system. When you see a lot of data, you can create reports, and these are customized reports to be given to chief engineers, the operations team, the team which works on sustainability, the team which works on energy efficiency, the team which works on maintenance, and even the CEOs of the organization who would like to see that what kind of savings has this kind of system given to them over a period of time. You can benchmark this data or savings arriving at with the best of the class operations with any application across. Now, what it helps beyond this is diagnostics. The data which we get, the key performance indicators what we get are expected to be operating within certain range. Now, this data also gives us signals which can be used as alarms when the data goes on the performance indicator goes beyond the range. So it throws back an alarm on us or towards us, which we can use to correct those things ahead of really a troubleshooting to be done on a basis which is a fault having occurred and then getting addressed. So we can preempt the possibility of a fault basis the indicator alarm what we are getting. This helps us in completely optimizing the system from an efficiency level to an operations level to a maintenance level. What I refer to now is an effective asset management. Till now, we have spoken about how we can get and derive the best efficiency from a system on a sustainable level at every load points. Now, what does an operations team got to do with what we have done at site? That's where the interest level goes up. It's not the efficiency only. Now, when you get a lot of data, the earlier concept has been we work on corrective maintenance. Then slowly we move towards the planned maintenance. Now the time has come when we have started looking at condition-based maintenance. But data, which is now being thrown at us, helps us in getting into a predictive maintenance. Now, what it gives us as a benefit back to every user, to every application, to every operations team is the availability of the team to work on these things if it is in a planned manner. Second, you can not only get into a planned maintenance, which certainly enhances the life of the asset, but also the uptime of any operations. It also can help us in one more way, which is very important for us to know. Now, as an individual, we can look at a lot of things. When we get this data can help us get into the predictive analytics. And then those analytics can help us get into a prescriptive analytics, what you see on the right-hand side top of the slide. What does a prescriptive analytics mean? It means that we can, after understanding these performance indicators and the data arriving out of these indicators, help all applications to try and run their equipments at certain optimized level to derive the best efficiency, to derive a best sustainable system, and to make the system operate over a long period of time reliably. That's very important for us to understand. What it does to a complete infrastructure and asset is what we see at the lower part of the slide. It not only help us in having an impact on the business from a profitability point of view, but it also helps us enhance the performance. It also helps us improve the productivity of the complete business. It helps us improve the productivity of the complete operations. So these are the some of the benefits which we can arrive or derive out of this system. Now, another piece of interest which we may have is, can this system hook up all other services besides the air conditioning system? The answer is yes. You can have all other services hooked onto this central building management system, which helps us integrate all the services at single point. So this kind of benefit is what an operations team can derive, what an application can derive, what a building can derive, and you can have multiple buildings. Now, I'm just trying to link it up to what we see today as a developmental opportunity. You've got station redevelopment happening. We have got more than 40, 50 cities today developing metro rail. Can we link up various stations? Can we link up various facilities and services within a station when we speak about the station redevelopment? So these are some of the opportunities when we are redesigning and redeveloping and new developments happening. Can we look at this system to help us design the way we would like to design it as we get into the future? Some of the products which Carrier may help address these requirements across the range. On the high commercial side, we have got complete chillers out here. Almost 70% of these central chill water systems are manufactured by Carrier in India factory, what we call as our initiative towards Make in India, which the central government is driving today. We also have light commercial range of equipments, VRF equipments. Some of them we manufacture in India, some of them are imported. But light commercial range across Carrier and Toshiba, we have a two brand strategy. We have a two brand approach, wherein Toshiba brand is also being managed by Carrier entities all across the globe, and India also. We are promoting, marketing, and selling these products, and even servicing these products in India. So all these products are, I'll say about 60% to 70% of these products are manufactured in India, and we'll be glad to serve all our customers across who need these products. With this, I move towards another important area. Pandemic also has given us an opportunity, or rather concern, to look at how healthy our buildings are in which we operate, how healthy the environment is wherein we move. So can we have a better healthy environment? So Carrier as an organization got into jointly working with International Wealth Building Institute, wherein we are creating awareness towards various applications, users, people, to understand how they can design a new construction which is healthy for their people to work in, the employees to work in, or the buildings, the existing ones, can we do an improvement in those existing buildings and convert them into healthy buildings? So we are working very closely with this globally known organization jointly to see that how do we promote and encourage people to look at healthy building environments. I am quite happy to share that Carrier as an organization has been founding member of a lot of green building councils. We are more encouraged towards work towards sustainable solutions, designing green buildings, and thus our engineers are encouraged to design even the new products which are more efficient, and not just efficient from an individual standalone equipment, but they contribute towards the complete building to get the best efficiency out of the system. So US Green Building Council, India Green Building Council, and many other green building councils is where we have been the founding member. Our team will be happy and glad to help you design some of these requirements. As I say that we are focused in designing systems which help our customers stay comfortable, stay healthy inside whatever area they are working in. Towards the closure, I would just like to say that we've got the capability wherein we can assist all your infrastructure, existing infrastructure. I'm sure Railways has got a lot of buildings other than the stations and the new developments. They've got their own hospitals and other infrastructure wherein we can have a capability, not just we have. When today you move into the outside world, every organization can support you on these initiatives. We have got the capability to work on assessing the building, how healthy they are, to promote and upgrade those buildings towards a healthy building through solutions what we recommend to you. And when I say through solutions, we've got clear solutions on air filtration as well as air purification. So we can recommend what kind of shortcomings does an existing building has, how you can overcome those shortcomings, and how you can make those buildings healthy to work in. And of course, the last support which we can render in case the need be, we can also support through operations. So some of the products are listed out here which can be made use of. So with that, I come towards the end of my presentation, which I wanted more to talk through and help you understand that how the technology has changed and evolved over a period of time, how we can make our existing infrastructure more efficient, more sustainable as we work towards a new world when we have the technology to our disposal. Now, today's world, the technology has no longer been an enabler. Now, technology today has moved from an enabler to be a driver which brings around the business transformation. So with that, I leave you with the thought, please look at all these opportunities and areas where we can improve upon the existing infrastructure and the new design what we get into. Thank you so much.